लुई अल्थज़र, जो कि एक फ्रेंच philosopher थे. He is said to be a promoter of structural Marxism, and his ideology, he wrote an essay in 1970 about ideology and ideological state apparatuses, in which he defined, or he described, how society is an outcome of three elements, that is economic practices, ideological practices, and political legal practices. So state apparatuses means the power that the state has got, the power which is dominant. So according to him, there is one ideological state apparatus in which uh, ruling is done through consent, through films, through hegemony, through education system, through religious institutions, through civil society, appealing uh, the emotions or ideologies of people, in which soft uh, transformation of people happens, and they turn into obedient citizens, and they follow all social norms. Literature and films also, they also take they are also the constitutions uh, of ideological state apparatuses. In this case, mass dispersal of an ideology happens. As you might be knowing that Macaulay had a hidden agenda. He wanted to sculpt behavior of the Indians in a particular manner to promote certain cultural transformation in them. Not parents, they send their children to school, they entrust their children to the teachers, thinking that they would teach them virtues and values and all that. But when school promotes certain kind of ideology, the students and the parents don't even realize how uh, the students who do not even have the potential to analyze, they develop a certain kind of belief system according to the ideology that is promoted. So that kind of thing uh, is a constituent of ideological state apparatus, whereas there is another category which is called repressive state apparatus, which includes government, police, army, legal system, prison, which is like ruling through force and violence. The same idea that we have already done before. The same idea has been promoted by Althusser also, and this he calls as state apparatuses. These are used by the government or by the uh, dominant people who are in power. They use these two apparatuses to tame the people according to themselves. So whenever they do not have to use force or violence, they use the ideological state apparatus and transform the people slowly, transform their ideology. Their ideology is thrust upon the people, but they do not come to know. And there are people who counter these ideologies also. They counter the ideologies that are spread in such a manner. This is called interpellation. Interpellation is also a term given by Althusser. uh, for example, आज की डेट में, if we take the case of Nupur Sharma, she was one person who was trying to counter an ideology, and in this process we can say Nupur Sharma is the subject of, or her idea was interpellation. She was trying to counter a popular ideology which was thrust upon the people by the state otherwise. So this kind of thing is called interpellation when the popular idea is uh, countered or it is challenged. So when we use such power in the civil society and we use it through the private institutions like schools, like churches, like clubs, like literature, parties, uh, and we promote the political consciousness into the consciousness of the proletariat, that is the base or the common people, then uh, we are it is a process of good governance. The superstructures keep a panoptic view on base structures, and they bring about through the discipline, through logic, through following of rules, they actually create a society uh, that they desire to create, that uh, they think that should be created without the use of uh, violence, force, and coercion. They are able to guide the society in accordance with their political viewpoint. So, this is called state apparatuses.